Scarlet and gray tears that I had on Saturday and Sunday and this morning and just before
And
the
Monday.
show. And let's talk about the tears in the National Football League. You're writing about this, and this is the time of year. Jim, I love this. I mean, today is November 28th, so that means this week we hit December. And in December and January, because the regular season extends into January in the 23 calendar year, that is the opposite of hot take season. You really can't have your hot takes about NFL teams because now they start to reveal themselves a little bit more. Like the hot takes are easy to have in September, October, and parts of November. This team is great. We don't know. Might be, maybe not. This team sucks. We don't know. Maybe, might not. But December and January, it's truth. This is truth season. You really find out what teams are made of. And so you've got tiers. If you explain it to the audience, by the way, audience listening on Sirius XM Channel 85, podcast, watching on Peacock TV, we appreciate you. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays now to you and your family. If you can explain to the audience what you mean by the tier system that you've created.
Yeah, what it was is that my boss was gracious enough to not have me travel, during Thanksgiving week. So I'm watching the games at home, and I want to write for the weekend. And as I'm watching it, what do you always hear from coaches, Michael? And you know this. We always hear that the season really starts after Thanksgiving. That's when everything gets real serious. Not that the games don't count earlier, but that's where you kind of know who's who and what's at stake. And so as I'm watching it, particularly, for instance, watching Baltimore, I'm like, okay, I see these division leaders, but who are the ones who are really players here? Who are the ones that you can expect to really show up in Glendale for the Super Bowl? And some of them I thought, yeah, they're legit. And other ones I thought, nope, I just don't see it at all. And so what it came down to me, I just started thinking about it in terms of a relationship that you have. And all relationships are based on what at a foundational level? Based on trust.
Ooh, trust.
Do you trust these teams? And that was sort of the genesis of me writing what I wrote. And there were 3 teams that I trust a lot. There were 2 teams I trust a little. And there were 3 that I don't trust at all. So that was it.
All right. And using that relationship language, I'm going to argue with you based on some of your tiers. Because I feel like in some cases, Jim, you're penalizing me for relationships in the past. They got nothing to do with me. I didn't do anything. And you're going to hold me responsible for some kind of scars you have. That's your issue. You need to deal with that. Maybe you're not ready for this relationship, Jim Trotter. Because you're bringing some baggage. Or maybe my relationship,
but that baggage involves you from that previous relationship. Okay? It involves you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say, first of all, I'm going to go to the unfair points on the screen.
Go ahead.
You have under not at all. I agree with you. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 5-6. I don't even know why they. First of all, they don't even belong in this group. They are not an elite team. They've got the greatest quarterback who's ever played, but they're not an elite team on so many levels. But they can't score.
You're right, but let me pause you there for a second. And the reason I said in the beginning, this is about teams that can make a deep run. The Bucs can win a playoff game, and we've seen it before where we've seen.
Let me take your money right now.
No, take it then, because what have we seen? We have seen teams with sub 500 records or 500 records as division champions go in and win their playoff opener, right? We saw Seattle do it to New Orleans. No, we saw Seattle do it to New Orleans. We saw San Diego do it to Indianapolis. We have seen it before. So that's why I'm saying you can't rule out, in my opinion, a Tom Brady quarterback team for one game, right? So I wouldn't do it. So I wouldn't be shocked if the Bucs actually won one. They're not going to make a deep playoff run, in my opinion.
I would be.
So
I'd be shocked.
Okay.
I'd be shocked. But then again, not only did I have a bad week on Ohio State, Michigan, I had a terrible week on my bets, your money. So I shouldn't be saying anything. I should just be listening. I need to be in input mode, not output. Input. Just listen. Humble yourself, Michael. Humble yourself. But no, that's not even my biggest one. The 5-6 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. My biggest one, You have the Vikings, who are 9-2, as not at all. You don't trust them at all. Now, let's just point out the Vikings lost early in the season on the road to Philadelphia. And they lost at home. They got beat down 40-3 by the Cowboys. And so they're 9-2, but think about what they've done. Go on the road, beat Buffalo. When they were down, they were trailing. Had a comeback against a very good Bills team. And then after those devastating losses that I talked about, what do after they lose to the Cowboys 40-3? They come back against the Patriots. They were down several times in that game, came back and made some great plays to pull out a victory there. And then after the Philadelphia game, they went on a winning streak that ended with the humiliating Dallas loss. So I think I would switch places. Maybe if you want to go Vikings a little, I put the Vikings a little. But not at all seems harsh.
No, and it is harsh. I agree with that. And I thought long and hard about it, whether or not I should go not at all or a little. And again, I came back to what was the foundational element of this piece. Which teams can make a deep playoff run and land in Glendale? So if we're looking at the Vikings and they're going to be a division champion, which means what? To get to the Super Bowl, simply to get there, they will have to win 2 games. To win the title, they would have to win 3 in a row. My question is, can I trust Kirk Cousins to win 3 consecutive games? Can I trust him to win 2 consecutive postseason games? Something he has never done. And my answer was, if I'm being completely honest, is no. So that's why I couldn't put them in the little, and I said not at all. I cannot see a Kirk Cousins quarterback team winning 3 consecutive playoff games, knowing that in all likelihood, the final 2, one's going to be on the road and one's going to be in a neutral site.
You ever been in one of these relationships? Look, how long have you been married, Jim? How many years?
32 years, I believe.
Ooh, what a
I believe.
Beautiful.
See, I got to think. When you get up there, you got to think about it, Michael. It takes a minute. 32.
Congratulations. 32
Thank
years.
you, sir.
32 years. Now I'm going way back before you were married. When Kamala Harris at Howard was asking you for a date, and you were like, "Nah, I don't know, Kamala. I just gotta work on it. I gotta focus on my newspaper career. You know, I really don't have time to be dating
I
the
was
future
dating
vice
my wife
president."
at that time.
Okay,
I was already
okay.
dating my
Well,
wife at that time.
Okay, hey, I'm already spoken for. Future vice president of the United States, I'm already spoken for. I'm sorry. I'm sure you have a great career in politics, but right now, Jim Trotter is a one-woman man. But before he got married, you ever be involved in one of these relationships or witness one of these relationships where somebody gets credit for things that they don't necessarily deserve? Like, you know, one of your boys is
or
dating
blame.
you're dating somebody, you're like, but she hasn't really done anything for you. And you keep making excuses for her. You keep making space for her, but where is she when you really need her? Stevie Wonder says, "Where were you when I needed you last winter? Where are you right now? Where were you?" And that's the San Francisco 49ers to me. I can't believe you trust them. What have they done?
Oh.
What have they done to earn your trust? You and Chris Sims keep talking about the talent and the imagination of Kyle Shanahan and what they have the potential to be. They got the potential to be.
You just said to me, what have they done? Where were they? Where did their season end last year? They were a dropped interception from going to the Super Bowl a year ago, and they're only better this year. A few years ago, where were they? They were actually in the Super Bowl. Why are they better this year? Oh, that's easy. I mean, when you add a talent like Christian McCaffrey, number one, and makes your offense more dynamic. Number two, Brandon Ayuk, who a year ago at the start of the season was in Kyle Shanahan's doghouse, has come on to be one of their better players that no one even talks about. You add that with Deebo Samuel and George Kittle, etc. So anyway, offensively, Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't have to carry the load. Now, let's flip it. Defensively, they are in the second year under coordinator DeMeco Ryans, who is going to be a head coach in this league. And what have they done of late? Think about this, Michael, now. Just pause for a second. 4 consecutive games now. 4 consecutive games. They have not given up a point in the second half. 4 in a row. So if you're asking me why I think the 49ers, I believe in them, and they are, I'm all in terms of them being able to make that run. Why? Because I see the talent, I see what they've done in the past, and I believe that they are that good if they stay healthy.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.